right. There you go. All right, here we go. What's going on, guys? It is Madman Plant. I am just scooping people left and right. What I literally do is I'm like, here, you're coming with me. They don't even know what's happening. I sit them down and I'm like, talk. But right now, we are enjoying StrangeFest. The party is amping up. Music's going on. It's getting cooler out, so people are really congregating on the outside right now. And I got Will of Gilyum Glass with us. They are outside bringing the heat literally with flames, making glass happen. Welcome, my dude.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Well, I'm glad you're here. So I'm Madman Plant. We are the Smoke Busters podcast, all about breaking the stigma of cannabis, one joint, one person at a time, focusing on mental health, home growing, and then ultimately smoking. So I'd love to talk about how you got into glass and where you find the art and, you know, kind of the release in glass blowing.
Man, I just like smoking a lot of weed.
So,
like, I mean, that's what it is, man. I like smoking weed, and I want to make some pipes.
Talk a little bit closer. So, and you know, it's funny. My friend Glass Flow Art, Kyle, he's same thing. He loved glass pieces. He hated paying for them, so he started his own glass company. So you relate a little bit to that?
Oh, I don't know. I just like doing it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it wasn't like, there's not like a rhyme or reason. I just was like, it's cool.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing is when you don't know exactly why you love something, you're just drawn to it. And I think that's where the creativity is. It's not really about a certain thing. It's about expression. So when you're there, how do you use expression in your pieces and when you're out there?
Oh, that's a good question. So like I specialize in like snake sculptures and stuff.
Okay.
And when I make these snakes, they kind of like, for me at least, I guess if you want to like really get into expression, it's like they're symbols of like your inner demons, I guess. And it's like you gotta like I battled a lot of them, and I kind of like, it's cool. I get to make them, and they're like it's just like, you know, it's a representation of like, you know, your internal struggles.
Well, I love that because as somebody that specializes and really focuses on mental health first, even before home growing, I think our inner battles and our demons are sometimes the light and darkness of ours. It can be the beauty and the art behind us, and it can also be the demise or growth in us. So with that being said, why snakes?
Oh, dude, all right. I guess you want the whole story? Like,
dude, this is the podcast. We want it all.
All right. So, man, it's probably about a decade ago.
Okay.
I was I started like doing a lot of traveling overseas and stuff.
Okay.
And I just started drinking way too much. Like I was like, you know, I fell into it real deep. And what really got it started was over in Japan, there's this thing called habusaki. And it's they take pit vipers and they drown them in like sake. And so the bottle has the snake like in it, right?
Yeah, I've seen this.
And it just like, you know, it just like I hear that, like I see that that time in my life, and I was drinking like a lot of that. So like that's kind of where the snakes came from. And I was like, that was kind of like the birth of my my first real like battle, I guess.
Now, what does the snake represent in your battle?
Well, it's the snake in the sake, like the habusaki snake. That's where it came from, and it was like that was like the demon of alcoholism, basically.
Well, how do you internalize that into your sculptures, into your art?
That's what I just like, you know, it's hard to describe it. I just like, you know, I make them.
Now, when you're making it, is there like talk about the power, I guess, or the visualization when you're working with the snake? Do you know much about the snake that you're articulating? Have you studied
I'm making
the snake?
them up. Like they're all. I'm making up my own breeds of them. Like,
that's cool.
Because they're, you know, and it's like they're all different. So, like each thing is like there's a different battle. You know.
Now, what are the battles that are most sensitive to you that the snakes represent?
I mean, for me, it was just like, you know, like real bad alcoholism. But like, you know, I've overcome that, man, like 6-7 years ago. So
fantastic. Congratulations on your sobriety.
So yeah, I mean, that's kind of like where it comes to, but it's like, I guess that's it. And then I just started making them, and I think they're cool now.
Well, I think also too, they represent something to you, and that's that constant movement forward, just from the outside looking in. It could be wrong.
I mean, whatever you like can see from it, like that's cool. Like that's what it's about.
Well, I think what I see from it, and you know, I'm nobody, but what I see from it is a way to really internalize something, to keep yourself on balance, to keep your thought, your input, to really love, you know, cannabis and really focus on the better version of yourself. Would that be somewhat correct?
I think so.
You know what I
think
mean?
so.
'Cause I think really what we want to do is whether it's a podcast or whether it's a drawing, is we want to represent a feeling, an emotion, and then tie that to some type of version that says, you know what, this represents this, and today I stand taller and better because of this. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's really cool. Now, with some of your designs, what would you say your most elaborate design would have been?
Well, I as far as glass blowing goes,
Yeah.
I finished a whiskey decanter for this hunting charter company out in Alaska, and that was kind of like the best piece I've done to date. And it was a full sculpted bush plane.
Now, oh, I love bush planes. Now, how long did that take?
Man, he commissioned the piece, I want to say, in December of last year, and I finished it by June.
Wow. Oh, okay, so that's a long time.
I mean, so now that wasn't like the only thing I was working on, but that's like it was a several months process.
What, like 70, 100 hours in there?
At
maybe?
least,
I
yeah. And
imagine.
there's a few of them like I made them and they were breaking, so I had to restart a few times, and yeah.
That always reminds me of those guys on Instagram who do the clay pots, and they always put the table on like the skinny ass brick, and I'm
Very
like,
similar.
you know it's gonna fall over. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh well, we gotta take everything, melt it down, or put it all back together and start again. And as a video editor, when Premiere Pro crashes, that's my version of that digitally. It's like, screw you, now I gotta start it all over again. So with that, with Gilyum Glass, Gilyum is your last name?
Yeah. No, it's not. No, I'm sorry. No, that's that name came from one of my homies.
Oh, very cool. Okay. And what does it represent?
I mean, it doesn't really represent much. Like, it was me and my boys were just hanging out, and he just started calling me Gilyum one night, and I was like, yeah, that's tight. We'll roll with it.
Did you ever be like, dude, why do you call me Gilyum?
I never asked, man. I just said I like it. I was like, that's cool.
That's awesome. With my company, Good Luck Steph Productions, Good Luck Steph is something that my dad said to me as I was leaving the house once sarcastically.
Yeah.
So very similar to that.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just hear some shit and you're like, all right, that's tight.
You're like, yeah, okay, I can put my name on that. So why are you guys here today? What do you guys hope to gain? Are you just building awareness? You guys?
I'm just here to have some fun. That's
cool.
it, man. I want to blow some glass, smoke some weed, have fun. That's it.
Yeah,
It's that simple.
sometimes, and sometimes in life it is that simple. And I think that's the beauty, is enjoying something so much where it doesn't have to be complex.
Right. I mean, that's like the piece I'm making right now, dude. Like, honestly, like, we went into it and we're like, it's gonna break. You know what I mean? And we're like, we're not gonna finish it. It's not gonna break. But you know what? I'm just gonna like do it the whole time and have fun. And it's like, me and my girlfriend are like, we're making it together. So it's like a super awesome thing.
When you are tied with your spouse or your girlfriend, the alignment is so crystal clear. Me and my wife are right hand in hand, and they say that one of the most important decisions that you make in your life is your partner, because that determines your altitude. Because if your partner believes in you and what you're doing, your ability to go that much further is there because of that belief, versus working with somebody who doesn't get your ideas, they don't see the vision, they question everything you do. So being you guys against the world is an amazing thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we started blowing glass in the shed in my backyard, and then now we got a studio in downtown Richmond. So,
dude, yes. And you're in Richmond, so you're near like the short pump area? Or?
Our studio is in downtown Shockoe Bottom.
Well, you got to come.
We're like right in the middle of it.
You got to come to my event on the 12th.
Okay.
If you're that close.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be really cool. Maybe we can make up some space so you can blow some glass. We don't have any glass blowers that day.
Oh yeah, we're down, dude.
Dude, that's what's up. All right, well, we're at the mark right now. They're only 10-minute episodes here on the real format. It's 2 hours. How can we find you guys, and how can we support you?
I mean, yeah, just Gilyum Glass on Instagram. And then my girlfriend, she's Crafted by Faye. And yeah, just hit some likes on Instagram. That's it.
Dude, let's get some likes on Instagram. It's simple, easy, ready to go. And we will see you guys with more podcasts, more interviews coming your way here at StrangeFest, Fredericksburg, Virginia. It goes to 11. So if you're watching this right now live on YouTube, make sure you come on down. We will see you guys very, very soon. Peace. Oh, wait.